This lady, like, she comes up and she's like, she can actually fucking talk. Yeah. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys that don't know, my name is Brenda, and wow, it has been forever since I have recorded a video. I know, I apologize. November was just not the best, but December is gonna be great. We're gonna end the year off right. Okay, so for today's video, I'm gonna be talking about one of the most ridiculous customers I had while working at P. And the only reason I thought about telling this video was one, because so it's like lighter than my next video coming up. Stay tuned for that. But it popped up on my like Facebook memory thing, and this lady had me crack it up, like, because of how stupid she was, but we'll get into that. But before we do get into that, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button because it would mean the world to me. And go ahead and leave a like, comment while you're down there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to say, so let's get into the video. I'm probably going to be messing with my hair a lot throughout this video because I feel like I'm having a bad hair day, so I apologize. But anyway, so obviously this story takes place back when I was working at Pink around this time, and since it was around this time of year, I had just started working there again after I had quit, and it was holiday time. Like, it was not fun at all, but I was finishing up my shift, and I remember this so perfectly because this transaction took so long and I was just about to get off. Like, I was so ready to get off because the holiday season was fucking crazy. I was ready to get off. So I was like, okay, you know, like, I'll check out one more person before my shift's over, whatever. This lady comes up and she has an online return. So the only reason I knew it was an online return was because she had like the mail bag. So she comes up, I'm like, hi, how are you? Like, did you find everything you were looking for or whatever? And she was like, yeah, I just need to return this. My husband bought it for me and I didn't want it, whatever. So I'm like, okay, do you have the receipt? And she says no. And usually with like regular in-store returns, if they don't have a receipt, we can just return it and give them store credit for it. But because it was an online transaction, we have to ship it back to the warehouse because it's not part of our inventory, so we have to find the actual transaction on the computer. And if they don't have a receipt, we can look it up by like email, phone, I think address, I don't remember. Okay, so I asked her for her email or her husband's email, and she gives it to me. I type it in, nothing comes up. So I'm like, do you have another email that it might be under? And she was like, oh, well, you could try this one. She gave me about like 3-4 different emails. None of them worked. So I was like, okay, well, what about we try phone number? So she gives me his phone number, type it in, nothing comes up. She gives me her phone number, nothing comes up. Her house phone number, nothing comes up. So nothing came up, and I was like, okay, well, unfortunately, without the transaction, I cannot process your return. Like, the system will not let me, blah, 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 whatever. She's like, okay, well, why can't you just return it and give me store credit? Like, blah, blah, and I explained to her, you know, we have to send the merchandise back to the warehouse because it's not part of our inventory, so, like, I can't really do anything about it, you know? And she's like, call your manager over. And I'm like, okay. I call my manager over, she comes over, and I explained to her the situation. She does the same thing, tries all the emails, tries all the phones, and tells her the exact same thing I told her. And she's like, no, there has to be a way. There has to be a way for me to do this return. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And my manager is like, okay, call Corp. See if they can figure out something to help. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I grab the phone, I'm like on the phone with them, and I'm like looking at this lady. Y'all, when I turn around from like being on the phone, I like turn around because I was on the phone. I wanted to see what she was doing, and as soon as she sees me turn around, she quickly like brings her phone up. She's like this, so I can see her fucking screen. She's like this. She's like, yeah, I'm just here at Pink trying to return the things that you bought me, and this lady can't figure it out because she says I don't have the receipt, but I told them you purchased it online. All this shit, okay? She's not fucking talking to anybody. And I'm sitting there like, are you kidding me? Whatever. So I turned back around, pretend I didn't even see her. I'm still talking to Corp. They're trying to help me, like, see if we can figure something out. We cannot figure anything out. This lady just goes, well, why don't you just pretend that it's merchandise from here? Just take it out of the bags and do that. I'm like, okay, well, ma'am, unfortunately, because it's an online return and I cannot do that because it would mess up our inventory. And she was like, well, just do it. I don't know, all this stuff. And no, like, this lady was already annoying me because I was supposed to be off 30 minutes ago, no exaggeration, because I was on hold for a long time on the phone with Corp, like all the emails, all the phone numbers, entering them not once but twice when my manager came over. Like, I was pissed. So no, like, I'm not, even if I could have, I would not have, because she was annoying the fuck out of me. So this lady goes, well, my husband is so angry, like, blah, blah, blah. I was just on the phone with him. I'm like, oh, where you now? Like, really? Okay. And so then, like, I'm on the computer at this point. I had hung up with Corp because clearly they were not going to help me with anything. And I'm, like, going through the thing again because this lady is so persistent. Like, I cannot do anything. I had even asked her, like, do you think you can go home and find the receipt with your husband? And she's like, well, I don't know. Like, let me call him. Let me ask. Let me see. I'm like, okay. Again. Yeah, they're asking me if you think that the receipt's at home. If I thought the receipt was at home, I would have gone home already and gotten it and not wasted my time waiting for her to try to find it online and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting here like, ma'am, you're not even talking to anybody. Like, oh my gosh. And like, I'm at work. I cannot be rude. I'm not about to sit here and call this woman out for literally not talking to anybody. Like, all my coworkers told me that I should have, but I didn't have balls. Like, I'm at work, I'm polite, I'm trying to keep this job, like, at the time. And so, whatever, like, eventually this lady, I think she just ended up leaving because there was no way that we would have been able to process a return, like, at all. And, like, she was yelling at me. And, like, I feel like a lot of people are like this, but I'm one of those people that I'm not good at getting yelled at by, like, people. So I just started, like, tearing up because I was getting so fucking angry because I cannot reciprocate. Like, if you yell at me, like, fine, cool, whatever, but like, if I can't even say anything to you while you're yelling at me, I get so fucking mad. And so the tears were about to start flowing, and at this point my manager had come back, so she could tell that I was about to start crying. And she was like, okay, Brenda, like, it's fine, you can just go, like, I'll finish it up. That's what happened. Wow, I'm stupid. Oh god, where's my hair? It looks so bad. I'm recording the outro so I can finally turn my fan on because it is so hot. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below letting me know. Also, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button because it would mean the world to me. Let me know if you guys have any video requests or suggestions for me. I would love to do something that you guys would want me to do because I feel like all I'm doing is story times, but I don't really mind because I like talking, so yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you'll have a great day, great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.